they will blame Trump for just about anything. Somehow, the major basketball betting bust is Trump's fault. The FBI arrested 31 people, including NBA stars, for their roles in mafia-linked gambling and sports rigging schemes. It includes accusations that an NBA coach was used to lure high rollers to rig poker games. Another alleged racket involved NBA players faking injuries to help crooks win sports bets. The evidence seems pretty clear, but Stephen A. Smith is claiming the motivation for the sting is Trump's hatred for the NBA.
We've seen athletes get in trouble with the law before. You don't see the director of the FBI having a press conference. It's not coincidental. Don't be surprised if the WNBA is next on his list. Because when you've got all of these protests that have been going out there and people that have been protesting against him and what have you, this man is coming. In his eyes, folks try to throw him in jail. In his eyes, he's innocent. They try to put me behind bars. I'm getting everybody. He's not playing.
Do not come. Do not come. FBI Director Kash Patel is dunking on Smith's wild claim.
I'm the FBI director. I decide which arrests to conduct and which not to conduct. That may be the single dumbest thing I've ever heard out of anyone in modern history, and I live most of my time in Washington, D.C. It's right up there with Adam Schiff. We arrest people for crimes.
I did appreciate the FBI director's comments, Jesse, but, I mean, looking at this, it's pretty damning. How widespread could this be?
Well, we're about to find out, or they'll just sweep it under the rug like they usually do. There's too much betting going on in professional sports. There's too much money to be made. But this investigation started in 2023. Who was president then? I believe it was Otto Penn. They had a task force with the FBI and the NYPD looking into dirty gaming. And they saw a bunch of mafia. So it started with the mafia, and the mafia led them to the NBA. They didn't target the NBA, and it led to the mafia. It was the other way around. Now, Stephen A. has no evidence here, but the guy's played ball in college. He's covered the league for decades. He's protective of it, all right? He gets a little prickly. It's like if someone was to accuse Fox of corruption. It's not like I haven't heard these rumors before. I actually was very suspicious because Greg for years would mention his buddy, Scott Adams. And so I started thinking, every time he mentions Scott Adams' numbers go up, and then does Greg get a kickback? And so I was a whistleblower. I went to Chris Wray, and I brought him the evidence, and he went after the J6ers instead. I'm on to you.
Are you on to Stephen A. Smith?
Yes.
Speaking on to President Trump.
I can't believe Jesse missed this whole story.
Ooh.
So sometimes,
are you surprised?
Sometimes I'm on the 5 and I won't have an opinion, and a topic will come up about, and I'll just still jump off an opinion cliff. Like, remember that time I arbitrarily supported childhood slavery?
Which time?
I regret it. But the thing is, I had nothing to say. That's what Smith doesn't have to address every topic. This was like he didn't know what to say, and he likes to create noise with every pronouncement. This was idiotic. But I got to say, God, I miss the days of this kind of crime story. You know, it's nice and it's colorful as opposed to horrifying. I'll take an illegal gambling ring over some psychotic zombie pushing women in front of subways. This is the crime you could read and not get sick to your stomach. Everything could be corrupted, but what makes gambling different is that you could die. You're dealing with the mob. That takes care of itself. It's like you get cement shoes, but government is different. That's why you have to pay. That's why Trump doesn't care about this. He doesn't care about gambling. He compares. He's obsessed with government fraud because there's billions of it. I think our government has never been this corrupt. If you just take one state like Minnesota, $250 million in COVID relief fraud. They have a Feeding Our Future, that food program fraud. That's another couple of $100 million. Housing, Medicaid. That's one state. This stuff makes gambling look like jaywalking, and there's no accountability. At least the mob has accountability.
So what kind of time are these people looking at if they are in fact convicted?
Significant. I mean, I agree with you. This is a phenomenal criminal ring that when you talk about entertainment, this has all the boxes checked, right? And professional sports, the faking injuries and the detail of wearing certain contact lenses and the poker card machine, all the different states, the mafia. But that's why when Stephen A. Smith said those comments, it was so jarring. It's like you're in the middle of a great movie and the lights are off and then someone comes in and turns the lights on like, hey, are you guys home? It just ruins the moment. The president has nothing to do with this. And there's enough fodder in there, I would think, for a lifelong sports commentator to distinguish the integrity of the league and athletes and to distance themselves from organized crime, to say, here's why this is the exception. And then to have the co-host too be like, like, what are you talking about?
I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
the idea that Trump was like, I got to get back at the WNBA. It's like, are you kidding?
And by the way,
Let's chin up some charges and run those ladies out of the league.
it just annoys me too, because the defense is going to use this and they're going to submit a motion and say, look at public perception and this is influencing and this is bias and this is all the thing. It's like just giving in to more fodder where these celebrities, I think, sort of dabble in this defamation adjacent gray area and think they're absolved because there's a microphone in their face. Like, there's a camera there, but there's a lot of people listening.
It doesn't sound like there's going to be a lot of absolution, but these charges are wild. You had X-ray poker tables.
Yeah.
You had the players with special contacts and glasses so they could see invisible ink on the cards. And somehow that's tied into assistant coaches who knew about injuries and tip people off so they could make
all kinds of personal information. As a 23-page indictment is 20 years max for the wire fraud, 20 years for the money laundering. But the thing that intrigues me the most is the risk that they took on doing this. I mean, these are people who are making millions of dollars a year that are taking on bets for like $10,000. I don't know what they saw as far as the risk versus reward, but they didn't assess that very well. They also put their families at risk as well as their careers. As the indictment says, $7 million was lost over two years. I mean, you know, make the case that that's small or big, but there's victims tied to that. I think this is going to turn out to be much more vast than we already know. I mean, that still sounds like a small amount of number considering the players involved and the amount of money that could be potentially tied up in it. I'm into the story, and I want to see where it goes next.
Yeah, and we'll see who they'll get to talk in order to implicate other people, which, to your point, could broaden the whole thing. Speaking of broads, the fastest is up next. Stay with us.
I hate to give the satisfaction asking how you're doing now. How's the castle built of people you pretend to care about? Just what you wanted.
It looks like I'm a wreck. It's in the hole!